welcome to yet another episode of Tech Talk with AFO. So, on our last episode, we talked about the future of work and how AIs have been replacing our jobs. And we also got to see something fascinating. We got to see America in action. If you want to see more on our episode, just go to our YouTube channel. Make sure you click on the subscribe button and uh, search for the future of work. So this week we are going to be talking about something more different. We are going to be focusing on the financial space of the tech industry. So we are going to be taking on two major drivers of payment processing, Flutterwave and Paystack. But before going into much more details about this, I'm going to introduce my colleague Kesta. So, Kesta, what do you have to say?
Yo, thank you, Ife, for introducing me. Hello, guys. And as he said, welcome to another interesting episode of Tech Talk with AFO. And with us on set, we have a special someone, a special someone who, is a developer himself and he's well versed in the usage of these two platforms, right? Flutterwave and Paystack. So he's our guest and he's going to also share his insights on these platforms. So let's introduce Emmanuel.
Yeah, hello everyone. Yeah, my name is Emmanuel. Thank you, Kesta.
Yeah.
And Mr. Ife. Who wasn't so? All right, yeah, my name is Emmanuel, and I'm the CEO of EP Tech Solution. So I'm happy to be on this Tech Talk with AFO. Like, I'm so honored. Thank you very much.
So, here is Emmanuel, EP Tech CEO. Mr. Emmanuel, or should I refer to you as Emmanuel? So, can you just brief us on EP Tech? What do you guys do, and just to let the audience be aware of what EP Tech actually is? Just a short insight into what EP Tech is.
All right, EP Tech, the way it sounds, is about technology. So, and I'm a developer in terms of programming. So we do software like mobile app, website, and also we train students. We give scholarship out. So that's just basically what we do.
Scholarships. Wow.
Yeah, we do that.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
a big deal.
Actually, like there are people who are undergoing scholarship right now from homes, and also they're still giving out scholarship actually. So just to at least impact knowledge.
That's noble.
Yeah. So
And guys, you must notice something, the big fish in the room, right? The big elephant in the room.
Yeah.
So obviously Afo is not on with us today on this episode for some personal reasons, and I miss him already. But we will move on and we will expect to see him on our next episode.
Yeah. Today is going to be a big showdown, like a big battle showdown between Flutterwave and Paystack. So Flutterwave, these are two most used payment platforms in the country, and I'm sure we are all familiar with Flutterwave and Paystack. But now what we want to do is we want to compare Flutterwave and Paystack. We want to see which payment platform is the best. You can also try and engage us on our comment section by giving out your experiences on these two platforms. But first, I'm going to take it over to Kesta. Kesta, what do you think about Flutterwave and Paystack?
Well, personally, I don't use this platform so much, right? What I basically do in my own department, right, is I talk to a developer. Maybe there is a project at hand and we need a website or something, right, ongoing. So I talk to a developer and I need a payment gateway on the website, for example.
Okay.
Please help me with the best. And so far, I have been, on this trend. Most platforms that are used for jobs, right, is Paystack. when it
Okay.
comes to integration,
Yeah,
payment
when it comes to
integration.
payments integration, yeah.
This is my own experience, right? It's Paystack. And from what I saw online now, I saw that for local payment, right, in terms of charges, what they charge, I think Paystack is actually cheaper, right? Then
Yeah.
internationally, Flutterwave is cheaper, right? But the point is, which one of these two has the best interface, has the best user experience, basically, right? Such that you, in every transaction, you experience seamless process, right? And we all know that one of the things that Paystack has been well acclaimed for is that if any transaction does not go through on Paystack, then it most likely won't go through on any other platform.
Hmm.
You understand? That's one
Yeah.
thing that they kind of had that name to themselves.
Okay.
So I don't know, but I'm looking forward to hearing from our guru who is well versed in,
In this
in,
solution.
in,
So,
in
Mr.
this.
Emmanuel, what do you have to say about this?
Kesta, please don't. Well, Paystack, Flutterwaves, they're actually both good, to be honest. Yeah. And they are popular known due to the installation and everything like that. But if I should take it personal to myself, like, okay, which one do I like most or which one do I prefer? I actually go for Paystack. There's something we consider when you're talking about development. What is your experience during that process? Now, after you are done, the consumers, the users, what is their own experience? These are the two things we add up together to make, okay, at least this platform is more better than this platform. You understand? So you don't just compare the consumers alone. You understand? Both interface, both Flutterwaves and Paystack, they all have good interface when it talks about making payments online. You understand? Just go there, put in your card. If it's about card transfer, just easily it's gone. But one thing is this: consumers sometimes they believe the moment they make payments online, that payment just goes straight into the bank. You understand? They don't even know maybe it's Paystack or maybe it's Flutterwave being installed on the website they are using. They believe, okay, I'm paying to First Bank. It's going straight to First Bank, whereby there's still an intermediary between the bank and your own bank moving the money. You understand? So this is why Paystack to me it's actually good because it makes it so easy when you're talking about development. With some line of codes, I'm good.
Okay. Before we continue, before we proceed, I would like to just share some facts on these two processing platforms. I'll be starting with Paystack. So Paystack was founded in 2015 by Shola Akinlade and Ezra Olubi. Paystack provides online payment services to businesses, allowing them to accept payments via credit, debit cards, bank transfers, and mobile money. So they've received several rounds of funding, including a $8 million Series A funding round in 2018, a $1.3 million seed funding round in 2016, and a $120,000 investment from Y Combinator in 2016. Wow, these figures are large. So in October 2020, Paystack was acquired by Stripe, a leading online payments processing company based in the United States, for over $200 million. That's huge. So as of 2021, Paystack had over 60,000 businesses using its payment platform in Nigeria and other African countries. In terms of partnership, they've partnered with several financial institutions like Access Bank, Zenith Bank, and First Bank, among others. So they've also received several awards for their innovative payment services, including the best fintech startup at the 2016 Nigerian Technology Awards. Uh, I'm going to be talking on Flutterwave now, so that people can have an insight as to what they do, and so we can have a better a middle ground. Yeah, exactly. So for Flutterwave was founded in 2016 by Inyolua Aboyeji and Olubenga Bola. I know Inyoluwa is Ini.eth on Twitter. He's like this. You know what I mean, Kester. I don't want to talk too much. And also Benga Bola, we've had some controversies that surrounds that. We'll be talking about that. Kester, I think you would have more insights as to those controversies. So, yes, for Flutterwave, the company is headquartered in San Francisco, California, but has operations in several African countries, including Nigeria, Kenya, Ghana, and South Africa. So, Flutterwave provides a range of payment solutions, including card payments, transfers, mobile money, and USSD payments. The company's platform supports over 150 currencies and is used by over 290,000 businesses across Africa. Flutterwave has partnership with several major global payment companies, including Visa, MasterCard, and PayPal. In 2020, Flutterwave raised $35 million in Series B funding round led by US venture capital firm Greycroft. Flutterwave has been recognized for its innovative payment solution. I was named one of Times Magazine's 100 most influential companies in 2021. The company has also launched several initiatives aimed at supporting small businesses in Africa, including a program that provides free access to its payment platforms for new businesses. So these are just the little facts that we dug up on Flutterwave and Paystack. So Kester, so there has been so many, like recently there has been some controversies as around Flutterwave, not just Flutterwave as a company, but the two major drivers of Flutterwave. What do you have to say about Adbola and
Yeah, I will come to that. Sorry, I'll come to that. But quickly, to add to what you've just done about putting the history and everything about, I would just like to highlight their features, right?
Okay.
The features of Paystack, features of and
Flutterwave.
see where their strength lies and where their weakness lies. So let me quickly do that for our audience. So now, for Paystack, right? Payment processing. Paystack allows, just as you've said, card, bank accounts, bank transfer, USSD, Visa QR, right? Mobile money. The platform doesn't have POS yet, whereas Flutterwave has. I think they do to in some level of solution, right?
Yeah.
I think I read something about that somewhere. Then payment pages, right? With Paystack, payment collection is made easier with payment pages that can be customized for particular products. These pages can provide final descriptions. So like an e-commerce website now, for example, right? Where you want to set up a Paystack. So you have a page, on that page, you can customize the description of each of the products, right, that you added to cart and got to that point of payment, like that. So they have that. Invoices that allows you, it gives this professional vibe. It allows you send invoice to your customers or clients, right? Recurring bills for customers or for services that are monthly or recurring. You can set up a recurring bill system on Paystack to allow people to charge people automatically every month or every other week, or depending on how the recurring bill is, right? Then custom payments. Well, this is where our guy is very familiar with. They have a well-documented API that allows developers to integrate with their system. Now, for Flutterwave, their features, payment processing now, right? The checkout is the easiest way to collect payments from your customers anywhere in the world. And I think Flutterwave has a much more wider international reach.
Yeah.
And that's even one of their key focuses. That's Flutterwave to
They
allow
do cross-border payments.
Yes, to allow businesses have, right. So Paystack supports card, bank account, bank transfer, USSD, M-Pesa, or whatever.
M-Pesa is also one of the leading, I think in Kenya, or one of the leading
So collect payments in over 150 countries all over the world. I don't think Paystack does this.
So
Well, so let me just quickly round up. So
it's like Kesta, you're actually like you're a fan of Flutterwaves.
Not
Let's put it that way.
not
No,
necessarily.
because now that actually is coming from right now.
No.
He's asking me like, does Paystack have that?
Not
Seriously.
necessarily. I'm just saying.
pushing it to you.
Yeah, just asking me.
Prepare yourself.
I'm just saying, right? I think that's a really good one. What they are looking at doing, because long before now, maybe around that 2016, 2017, when they came out, they didn't have all they have now, right? And back then, I struggled a lot with international transactions. When, for example, you have an international client that needs to pay you for your service, right? I had to set up what we call a Payoneer account. I don't know. I'm sure some of
Payoneer,
you know Payoneer, right?
Yeah.
So they give you virtual bank accounts
You get
in
virtual-
different
you
countries.
get the virtual bank.
Yes, you can get from US, Canada, China, depending on. So I did that. I got a virtual bank account. But pretty much the only place I could use it was on my affiliate account for my Amazon Associates. That's for Amazon affiliate marketing, and KDP. That's Amazon KDP. So like only on Amazon really that I could use that. What's it called? The virtual bank
Virtual
account.
bank.
Although other platforms accepted it too. At one point, even PayPal worked with Payoneer, right? But my point is, it was also limited. But with what Flutterwave is doing now, you can have a lot of opportunities, come to you from the international axis, right? So I just want to stop there for now. Let me stop there for now. And going to what you asked, right, about the controversy. So I mean, obviously, everybody knows this, that they I think they were accused of money laundering. That's Flutterwave. This is one of the information I have. Right, money laundering. They said they were involved in a massive laundering stuff, and most of the people involved had affiliations or connection with Flutterwave or their staffs, one way or the other, right? But they came out and gave their statement that this is false and we are not. In fact, I'm still going to come to other things I want to say about this, but I just want Ima to, to, to give his opinion on all of this I've said.
Okay, yeah. Well, it's all good. They're all nice. But one thing is this: before the two actually come in place, we have another gateway that we used before. Actually, each bank has their own gateway. But what makes this two platform popular and well known actually is this. For instance, as a developer, if I want to install, let's say for instance, I want to take GT Bank payment gateway into my website, I need to pay for the gateway itself. I must pay. I think that time around 2015 or so, they charge 20,000 plus to even get that gateway, just to get it. So now, getting that one, after you've installed it on your website, blah, 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 now on each charges made, they have their commissions. So it's more like, okay, are we working for you, or what is the point? You understand? When these two people comes in, I think what always come before Paystack actually.
Well, they were both in 2016, weren't they?
Yeah, they're both in 2016, but I think like Flutterwave has already been used, been going on.
Okay.
You understand? Yeah. So I think that's why even Flutterwave actually have that grant. I would say that's why. You understand? We technology. You understand? We try to provide solution into a problem. Yes.
Yeah.
So if both platform goes in the same direction, definitely there will be a confusion and we will lose even customers. Like we will be biased, understand? But at least Waterways is going in a direction of maybe international solution. Yes. Whereby Paystack is trying to solve the local
solidify itself in.
you understand? So I would say that's what's working to. But I mean both of them are transactions. They are both about making money. You understand? Just from one place to another.
So with what you've just said, Flutterwave is trying to focus on cross-border payments, and they are and they are in over 150 countries.
Yeah.
But Paystack, they are trying to solidify themselves in Nigeria and few African countries. But that should give you an insight as to why Flutterwave is better than.
Yeah. Now you see.
Don't you think that?
Now, yeah. You know what I said the other time. Yeah. What you, yeah, I know. Like I already said this today. That I believe that you guys are coming from me. But you know what? You have a point actually. But I said earlier that you guys are the consumers. You understand? You make use of this platform online, and the reason why you even know about this too because you're into technology. Like I said earlier, some people don't know which one am I using. I'm just paying. You understand?
Yeah.
But now, after you've been able to identify the two platforms, okay, I'm paying through Paystack, I'm paying through Flutterwaves. Now coming to our side, which I will put ourselves as users. You understand? Let's say you are the consumer. The reason is that you are just paying using them to pay. You understand? To pay to us. We are the one that install it, that integrate it on our own page. Okay. What are we getting from them matters a lot as well. Okay. We're talking about their service, their customer service render. Maybe we have an issue on payment.
Okay.
How do they respond to us? You understand? Okay, now you make a payment online, for instance, the payment could not get to us. It happens whereby it's just hang on the air. You understand? Both can happen anywhere. It's not about maybe one is good and one is bad. You understand? It can happen everywhere. But now the thing is that how long does it take them to process this problem, this issue? You understand? For instance, now for Flutterwaves, it takes them for refund. It takes them from 3 days to I think 13 days.
Paystack.
No, Flutterwaves to refund such. Whereby Paystack within 7 days you solve the problem for you. You understand? So now imagine that if such thing happened with Flutterwaves, that means is either you pay your customer back and wait for them to solve the problem because they don't want to lose the customer.
Wait, sorry to cut you.
Yeah.
I'm confused because one of the things you see, in fact, one of the first things you see out there about Flutterwave when you do your research, right, is that they are so focused on customer service. But is this customer service only? This is a question now,
Yeah.
because from what you're saying is as though it's the opposite, right?
Okay.
So is this customer service only targeted at the consumer end? That's consumer in the sense that people that are using it to pay. And they leave out the developers that work. I don't want to, because they have a very strong portfolio about customer service.
You see this thing. Now when you say customer service, it's both, let's say, for the consumers. You understand? You can say for the consumer. Okay, now let me bring it down to a easy way. Maybe you can understand what I'm trying to say here. Now, talking about hosting as a developer, you understand? When you do something, you host online.
Yeah.
Now, some hostings definitely their prices are high, while some are low, and they give the same services.
Oh, you are speaking from the standpoint of an intermediate consumer.
That's what I'm talking about. You get, like, for instance, now what I'm saying is this. Let me put myself as a developer. Let me put myself as the owner of a website right now. Okay. Definitely, if you want to use a Flutterwaves, you register with them. You put an account on Flutterwaves. Maybe okay, you want your account is First Bank. You want your money to be moved to First Bank. You get, okay. And also the user, which is a consumer, they just go on the website, they make payment. That payment is not getting to you instantly. It's not getting to your First Bank account instantly. It's in your dashboard on Flutterwave. That okay, this money is there.
It's there.
But it's not in your First Bank. You understand what I'm saying?
Like they are doing some sort of routes in their route.
Yeah, so you actually have to submit a request. It happens in both Paystack and Flutterwaves. You have to submit a request that okay, you want your money to be moved to First Bank. That's when they now process the money you have with them to the bank that you want. I guess you understand what I'm saying?
So, like you're saying, withdrawal process is not straightforward.
That's what I'm talking about. I'm talking about withdrawal process now. I'm talking about the refund issue. Okay. When you have issue with, for instance, now you make payment online and you get it successfully, but at the user end, the owner of the website end, it's not getting to the Paystack itself, or maybe the Flutterwave you use. You understand?
Yeah.
It's already hanging in the air. and they have debited you already. You can't make payment twice. You understand? Okay, and you complain to the owner of the website. Okay, we get back to you, right? Now, you as the owner of the website, you need to reach out to your payment gateway, right? Like, okay, what's going on? Okay, someone make payment, blah blah blah. Now, for the refund, maybe now let's say, okay, it's going to take some process for them to take back the money back to your client, to you as a person that make payment. You understand? Now, it takes them 3 to 13 days for that to happen. It's just their process. It's not about maybe they are bad or something. It's their process. You know, when you have a line like you have your policy, my policy is that within 3 days to 13 days, we will solve your problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You understand? It's not like they are bad, they're not bad. But at least within that days, the problem will be solved. Whereby Paystack within 7 days. Like
So
just seven
it's
days.
faster.
It's faster.
It's Paystack.
You understand? So when you talk about issues with the both platform, Paystack solve issues faster than Flutterwaves. That's my point right now.
Yes, how do you think about that?
Yeah, it's his opinion, you understand, and it's his experience.
Is
Right
it
now,
your,
it's not an
wait,
opinion.
is it your opinion
Nah,
or
right
is
now,
it a fact?
Right now, it's not an
If
opinion.
we go on their website,
No.
are we going to see?
No, right now it's not an opinion. Right
No,
now,
I'm talking about because when they say 3 to 13 days,
13
Yes,
days.
it
So
could
it might
happen
take.
in 3 days
yes,
too,
yes.
at the same time.
Now that's what I'm saying. See,
Okay.
it might happen within let's say within the next maybe 3 days or 4 days. It can happen.
Yeah.
Whereby some transactions can actually happen within 5 days in Paystack. You understand? It happens like that. You get whereby they solve one and one gets.
So
You understand? Now what I'm saying is this: like they are well known, they are well popular, both of them, and they have staffs working.
Yeah.
But what they are trying to what I think they're trying to do in that way is that okay, at least you should rest assured. Don't be pressurized. Don't pressurize us.
Okay.
We will solve your problem. At least just give us 13 days. Maximum 13 days, we will solve it.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But okay, that means if the problem is not solved within 5 days, your client or the user doesn't want to I don't care. Is that what I pay for? You give it to me, or you don't back my money.
Yes.
You understand? It's taking time. You get it? So that can actually cause an issue between the user and the consumer. You understand? Like, okay, maybe it's a fraud. I paid now, but I was not getting it. I can't expect me as well to even pay you what I know. I'm not
That's
saying.
actually a very common issue amongst all these retailers. These guys that
You understand?
sell, and it's a common issue.
But if I can give my client or my consumer, okay, at least give us 7 working days, I know for sure that Paystack will solve this problem within 5 days. You understand? That actually, like, the days is not really
That long.
that
It's
long
just a
now.
week.
Just a week. But when I'm talking about 2 weeks, seriously, that's 13 days, like 14, like 2 weeks now.
weeks,
You
yeah.
understand? So it's kind of it's long. It's prolonged the matter.
So okay. So I agree with your point, and I think there are some issues now with trust. Uh, Due to the I'll still talk about that controversies.
Yes,
The I think one of the CEOs, Adbola, it was not in Adbola. He there was a source that claimed he gave he gave himself a new name just to get a larger shares from Flutterwave. So like he created an account, then bought Flutterwave shares. So the Flutterwave people in Flutterwave, they don't know that is the
it's still
yeah. And also there's one on when he was working with, is it Access? Is it Access or Zen? Yeah, when he was working with, Adola worked with a bank before starting Flutterwave. So they said he was like getting intels from the bank and using it to develop Flutterwaves. And all these things, they are very sensitive and very delicate because when you are trying to undo a solution that solves problem, you are now using some form of backend to get this thing. So when we talk about trust, I know for Paystack, Ezra is more of dressing like I think that it won't affect
really
investors
sending
in any way. So some people would like prefer Paystack, and also I think one of Flutterwave's application too. I've been using one of their application, Barter,
Yeah.
to send and receive money. I think now they're having some bit of a problem, and all these issues are just coming,
So,
going, and we don't
so
really know what's.
regarding this, it's interesting you mentioned this in this way, right? Last week at work, right, we usually have this laboratory session once a week. So the session for last week at work, the matter of um, ethics, business ethics came up,
Yeah.
right? And it was unlike me to not speak out, right? To just be silent.
Mm.
But even some people were some of my colleagues were like, what happened? You're not talking. But from what I was hearing, I quickly knew that I had to shut up and just listen. Because before then, if you ask me, right, when it comes to business ethics and ethics generally and all of that, would you cross that line for your business purpose? And a kind of line that has to do with, like, for example, things we are hearing now about Flutterwave,
Yeah.
right? In fact, I'm hearing they even have court cases and all.
Yeah.
So whether or not it's true, right? Would you cross that line for the sake of the business benefits? Right? Before then, I would easily say no, hells no, right? I can't, you can't. You have to do what is right. There is what is right and what is wrong. But hearing from different perspectives, there was one particular talk that came up about how a business is like, you should think of a business like life, like life, right? As though it is alive and it has its own decision making abilities.
Okay.
Whereby when it is met with situations that take this part and meet your doom, this part that is ethical and all of that and meet your doom, take this part that is not ethical, you would have to cross some ethical boundaries and all, and not just survive but even scale, right? As a human being, first of all, which would you take? Only few people would take the ethical part that they clearly know would go to their doom. Few people would take that. Most people would, you understand, just bend a little. So that should be how it is for a business. Now, in this case, a business is in a situation where they are faced with a decision to make, whether ethical or non-ethical, right? And the decision, the outcome of that would determine the future
of the
business, right? In that situation, I think most people may, I'm not sure, right? But most people may take that unethical path to save that business. And the truth is, that is how the world is today. Because you can't tell me those top companies that keep having court cases here and there, all the court cases they've been winning, it was because it was not true. I don't know if you get.
I understand.
Definitely some element of the reason why they were called to court must have been the truth, right? It must have been. But because they have good lawyers, they have good legal advisors and all of that, they were able to sway themselves.
So, Kester, are you saying we should normalize unethical?
No. I don't even want this discussion to go ethical or unethical. That's not the point of this discussion. That's not what I'm saying. But I'm saying there are certain times, right, where you want to really weigh the options and see the consequences.
And see the consequences, because everything has consequences.
See the consequences. Now, for Flutterwave and as to this whole issue that's going on. In fact, if you go online, you will see so many articles on different things about Flutterwave that is not very good, right? But yet they keep thriving. They still thrive to tomorrow, right? And they are doing well. In fact, they are one of the fastest growing fintech companies in the country.
Yeah.
right? I think
Yeah, I think the issue with Flutterwave is more about the individuals behind Flutterwave, not the solution itself. You know, when a solution sells, irrespective of whatever individuals managing that solution, it will sell because this is something that is solving problems,
Yes.
right? So whatever the it is more of, because the stories I'm seeing on Flutterwave is more of Adbola, more of more of,
Yes,
you know,
exactly.
them. It doesn't affect the, although some investors would pull off their investment and say no, I'm not going with this. I have to, let me just stick with so I think Flutterwave, they are in a very good position to become like bigger than they are right now, because uh what they are providing, what they are doing right now is actually something that is unimaginable. Like having a company from Nigeria pulling off strings
Going
like
as far
these.
as
And
they did.
but I think for Paystack, I would like Paystack to incorporate like the same process also, because now they have a backing, they have Stripe, right? They've been acquired by Stripe, and they can also do well. They can do better than this. They can do better than what Paystack is doing. And I like Flutterwave's approach to the way they are running things. Actually, it is very nice. It is, you know, I think there was a time they were running one empowerment program for for traders. Like they're running and also their advertisement, everything. I just think Paystack is more of like, they are not really pushing out. You know, irrespective of if you advertise yourself or not, if you have a good solution, it will sell, right? So, well, let's. I don't
You
know.
know, you know. Well, it's a good thing that both of them are doing well. Actually, they are both doing well. And when you talk about it doesn't affect, like whatever is going on doesn't affect them. They are still driving. They say, yeah, we are seeing that, but they
Back
know
end. Back end.
back end they know what they are losing. You know, they know what is actually eating them up. You understand? But we are just like, oh, they are doing well. You know, they are doing well by, like, it might be maybe last year record. They are doing well. But right now, when they check their chart, what is going on? Like they know that at least is driving down. But, you know, but we as a consumer are still like, once you fall in love with one platform, believe me, no matter what is happening.
But I can still say to some decent level of certainty based on the information I got about Flutter with that, even as of now, right? They it may seem like they are still doing well. You understand?
Yeah, they're still doing well, but I also heard that they were hacked. Yeah, I think about that.
No, I didn't. I
But
didn't.
now they've been valued. They've been
Hello,
valued over $1 billion now.
hello. I have something here that says,
They are $3 billion.
well,
$1 billion company.
hold on. I have something here that says this. Like, yeah, they actually lose nearly 3 billion customers funds. And this happened, this report comes out February 2003. Yeah, they were hacked. And they nearly lost 3 billion customer funds. First time, what's it called?
The thing with fintech, right, and why it can be scary. I won't mention any name, and I'm sure whoever is seeing this that
That knows you very
they
well.
will know what I'm talking about. I worked for a fintech company, some years back, and they went under, so to say, right? And how it still boiled down to the issue of owing customers, in fact, I think close to 2 billion naira or so, right? So these things, they are part of the risks. And for whatever reason that may have caused it, they are just there as part of the risks. So you just need to know it and forge ahead. You understand?
Yeah, it's a good thing. In a business, before you even start a business, you must be ready for your loss. You understand? Everything will not just go smoothly. You get? And believe me, Flutterwave is going far. Like, yeah, they are really big. You understand? Definitely, the bigger they are, the bigger challenge they're going to face. Definitely. You understand? The bigger it, but just like they need to just, my own advice is just like they need to, before they launch a solution or stuff like that, they need to measure their own security. Okay, this solution that is coming out, definitely people are going to use it because they're already well known. Just like Flutter just coming out saying, okay, oh, I launched a bag today. Believe me, people that will use that bag within 1 week, there are billions because it's just Flutter waves. Like, no, 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 trust this brand. So before you can say, okay, you want to provide a solution, which I think maybe that's what he's actually doing with Paystack. Paystack has the power to launch more solutions. I am sure of that. I believe that. But okay, what can be the reason why they're still like driving back? Like when we see, like, still taking it step by step. Maybe at least let me find a solution down. I don't want to. At least I don't want to be in trouble. You get it? Okay, these people have already gained their trust. Believe me, to tomorrow, give me a job right now, asking for payment gateway. I will keep on using Paystack because it's easy to just integrate. It's very easy. Within some seconds, you are done. And just test run it and you see that, okay, money is going to where it's supposed to be. You get what I'm saying?
So, well, I would say to you, experiencing Paystack in Nigeria is a good thing. But let's talk about the wider reach that Flutterwave has.
Yeah.
Kesta, do you have something to say about?
Yes, what it is really is basically that the fact that they have this wider reach, right? 150 or so countries and
yes.
currencies available.
Available.
You know, that's a big deal to be able to receive in another currency.
Yeah,
You
cross-border
understand?
payments and all
kind of
that.
thing. They have this virtual
Virtual card, yeah.
feature product, right? Where you can, although it doesn't work for Google products, Google is very stubborn. If you are not using the real
The
card,
you're not going to be accepted.
YouTube, Google, any of all those Google products, they won't. But for other things, right, you can use their virtual card to make transactions with other currencies, and that's a big deal. You understand?
Yeah.
That's a big deal.
That's
So I just
you see, to just cut this long story short. I'm not saying it's not a big deal. It's a big deal, believe me. Like, it's nice. What I'm saying is this: you are the consumer. You are the one. Just okay. At least, oh, I want to make payment to this website. I want to purchase this thing. At least I can use Flutterwaves to achieve this, which is fine. But what about the people actually using that Flutterwaves? The owner of the website.
so
What are they?
They shouldn't leave the developers behind.
Well, yeah, that's the point I'm saying. You understand? Like, okay, it's going wide. Everybody's loving it.
So Flutterwave, as you are seeing this, just try to work on this.
That's just my own point. Just try, like, at least, okay, Paystack is coming, right? You understand? They are still, like, they are far behind. Yeah, I agree with you.
That is what
No, hold on, chill, fair, chill. I agree with you. They are far behind. But what they are doing, did they have any bad record till now? I have not seen Paystack having a bad record till now.
Recall it.
Then maybe transaction fail, blah blah blah, which is bound to happen in any platform.
Yeah.
That one is normal. It bounce back, fine, just redo it again. And if you have any issue within 7 days, your issue is solved. And you can even set your payment on Paystack, like, okay, the moment this consumer make payment, automatically just go straight to my account. Within 1 day, just 1 day, in 4 hours, it will go straight to your bank account. So just go back to that Paystack dashboard to go and say, okay, what are the failed transactions made by who? What are the successful transactions by who? Just easily, like, it's so easy.
That's really.
So to me, I know they are coming. They're still like, they are lacking a lot of things, but at least they are not giving problem to we the developers.
Okay.
You understand? That's just the point.
Guys, let's talk about other tech news.
Yeah.
Let's talk
So
about
because
other
if
tech
we keep
news.
dwelling on
Yeah.
if we keep
So,
dwelling on this.
let me do some unwinding and just share something little about what's going on currently. Right. So the social media company, as we know it, Twitter, has taken legal action to identify the user that leaked part of its source code on GitHub. So this happened, I think, last week.
But I thought Elon Musk was like they want to release Twitter source code, so they want to make Twitter open source
Yes,
now.
I
So
saw
why are
that. I
they
saw that
why are they
information.
concerned
But
with?
apparently, someone did the leaking. Let me just go through this. Elon Musk's platform, Twitter, has asked a US court to provide information on who was behind the account which leaked parts of the company's source code, the underlying software of which the service operates. So that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah.
The company stated in a filing that the code had been posted by a user named Free Speech Enthusiast on GitHub, a Microsoft-owned hosting service where software developers share code.
Yeah.
The code has now been deleted by GitHub. However, Twitter has asked the District Court of the Northern District of California to order the Microsoft-owned business to identify the alleged infringer or infringers who posted Twitter source code on systems operated by GitHub without Twitter's authorization.
Wow.
So, what do you
Wow.
think about this, Ife?
Yeah, I think when you sack a high number of this is bound to there's something in cyber security they call there's something in cyber security they call disgruntled employee. So, and these are the most dangerous employees that you can ever when an employee is disgruntled.
Yes. So
So they can literally, so I believe it is an inside job, because for it to have obviously it's an inside job. So, and we know Elon Musk is always like trolling people, like even his own employees. There was a time one of his employees came out, and his former employees came out, and he was like at Twitter, he was like he doesn't know why he was sacked, why he was laid off. At Twitter, I did this, I did that, I did this, I did that. Then Elon was like, "Can you explain? Just give an explanation of what you did." So the guy was like, you know, all these elaborative compilation of sentences. The guy was just like, he was just, I did this, something, something, something. And Elon was like, so you just want to, all you're just saying is you just design. So like the way Elon throws is, so I think it is something, because last week, because I'm actually shocked by this news, because last week Elon, he was like, they want to make Twitter open source.
I saw that.
So they want to make it open source. They want to release the code, so you can use the code to do some other things. You can also find bugs on the code and identify where.
I saw that.
So I don't know why they are taking legal actions
That was
on.
exactly why I picked it.
Because he himself, he said much of Twitter code is not really. There are even some codes that are even that can be shortened. So it's not like.
That's exactly why I picked the news, because it was strange to me as well. Like, how is this? And they say it's recent.
You know, one thing is this: when you say you want to release a code of a platform, please let's take the note of this.
Sure.
Releasing a code of a platform doesn't mean it's trying to everything.
Of
no.
course.
So now, for him to come out and say this, maybe the important part is what is actually happening. You understand? You get what I'm saying? Okay, maybe now this part now might cause a big issue on Twitter. You understand? But releasing a code, I might release my interface code. Okay, how I design my interface. Yeah, feel free, go and implement it. But we're talking about the real deal. I beg, don't try. You get? So that kind of thing.
Yeah. So, Kester, I'll move on to the other tech news.
Well, more that I have are tech facts.
Oh, tech facts.
So, let me just share. And we may leave out some, just like we did on our last episode, for our audience to answer.
Okay.
So the first tech fact.
Another tech fact. Okay.
The first one was tech news.
Okay.
Sorry. Tech news, tech facts.
The word technology was coined in 330 BC by the one and only Aristotle.
Okay.
Swallow.
Okay.
You may think of technology as modernized and contemporary, but it is etymology. Okay.
Its etymology stems from.
Dates back to Aristotle's. Okay. I was reading it wrong. So Aristotle was the inventor of technology. That's interesting.
The word technology. The one that I want to give one fact. It is outside of the books. The word earth. who coined that word earth?
Wait.
It's
Okay.
not Adam.
Do you know there has been no account. There has been no account of uh who coined that. There has been
The
no
word
account. The word
earth.
earth.
Alright.
What
So
about
it's still
Venus,
something. If you
Uranus,
have
Jupiter?
all those ones are like from Greeks, these Greeks mythology. Most of
Because
these
they all
most
fall
of
in the
these
same
planets are
category
named
as
are named after Greek gods, but the word earth is different. Like they don't even know how it came up. It has no like there's nothing you can attach to it. All this Saturn, Neptune, Uranus, Mars, they are all coined from Greek words. They are, yeah, they are, but Earth is. If you have the answer to that, you can just comment on what. So if you have the answer, I'm pushing it out to our audience. If you have the answer to that, you can just. So,
Ima, how would you define technology?
Okay.
strong word.
How would you define the word Aristotle invented?
Well, I'm hearing that name for the
What was it thinking?
Like technology.
well, I'm hearing that name for the first time. To be honest with you,
Wow.
seriously,
Wow.
seriously,
Legend.
it's like seriously, and
You should try to watch our.
I will do so. I will do so. I will take my time and I will go through every episode. Now you see, like talking about technology, like well, my experience now, at least I didn't say in technology area, it's beyond maybe close to 10 years now. You understand? So technology is more than even what I do personally. Like it's very wide. You get, I'm into programming stuff. Is a technology. Some are even into UI, UX, graphics, stuff like that. They see technology. The moment you are making use of tech to achieve the task, you're actually doing something about the technology. You understand? Then maybe you are doing a practical stick and spoon. You understand? The moment it has to do with something, you putting something in and giving you something back. You perform technology movement.
What
You
do you
get,
think
you get. So it's very broad, Sha. Like
Yeah, like you said, tech is very broad, and you can get. I'll define technology as the application of science, right? Because science itself is what governs everything we do. Because it all it all happens from observing, experimenting, then recording facts, right? To develop your world. So the actualization of what the facts you've recorded. So either theoretically, the implementation of it is technology, right? So so innovation is now what drives.
So
You understand?
the thing is, a lot of people have different answers, and if you
Mm,
check, really, I think most of these answers are correct. Personally, you understand, and but again, personally, I would move more towards his answer as what technology is, right? I think in the simplest of terms, right, and in layman
mm,
terms, it is just as simple as pro- giving a solution to a problem. If you like beating it down, a solution, like creating a solution to a problem is tech. Being able to think of ideas
mhm,
to form a solution, to form it, to create it to a problem is
mm.
tech to me. In simple,
Being
then
able to.
when we now go technical, then there are other
No, the
technical,
thing is, the
you
thing is, the
understand?
thing is, whatever we do. There was, I think 2 weeks ago, I gave a presentation on critical thinking and creative thinking, right? And then I was telling people, we humans, we are created to shape the world, and everything all stems from science itself. So science governs everything we do, everything we do. The moment observe something, then you think, how is this? What what's this? What's this thing? What does it do? Okay, let me look at it. Okay, what can it do? Okay, if I throw it up, will it stay up? Will it come down?
So all of
So
that is
those
science.
things, how can you apply it? You are now bringing technology into place. So that was why I said technology is the application of science. Whatever you think, whatever you observe, applying it, ideas on the implementation of what you've observed and the facts that you've recorded. So that's what
Again,
breeds
I think
technology.
we are all correct.
Okay, we are all correct, and this can actually be another episode for you guys to talk about. Because one thing is this: I always say something with my students out there, like after I know that some science colleague or science students don't believe in God, that is God or stuff like that. But after God itself, I believe developers, let me say programmers, we are next in line. I do say that a lot. I do. Like, you know why I say that is because if we're talking about science, that's why I want to ask a question like, when you say science, which area are you talking about in science? Maybe, okay, science has to do with all these.
Science is everything.
Science.
That's
Okay.
exactly that's what people don't try to get.
Science is actually
People
everything.
people will say, this thing that is this thing. Say science can do this thing. It's actually very funny. It happens when you talk with some religious people, then they'll tell you. Even if you look at Islam itself, Islam actually talked about observing the universe where you are and trying to record facts. See, like try to get familiarize yourself with the environment you're in. Whenever you find yourself doing that, you are applying science to whatever you do. It's not about, you don't have to mix, you don't have to say until you mix chemical or people used to like confuse
Basically,
that.
the science, the presence of science does not dispute God in any way.
Exactly.
And people should really get this. It doesn't dispute God.
It doesn't dispute God. Science is not saying God does not exist or this thing. Science is telling you to observe your environment, right? Experiment what you've observed, then record the facts, create theses around it, create theories around it, implement those things, use it to formulate some other things that will better you. So that was why I said from the beginning that we humans, we are created to shape the world. If you look at the early humans, right, they had it all started from using tools, using stick to hunt. Now they discovered fire. Now we are now like looking at ways, like look at the development.
Yeah, that's
So
tech.
without the application of science, which is technology, we can't be where we are today.
Very true.
So it is not
Very true.
disputing
So science
God
comes first
in
before
any.
technology.
Yeah, science is everything.
Okay.
Science is
So
everything.
moving to the next tech fact. 1 petabyte.
Hmm.
You know what a petabyte is? That's 1,000 terabytes.
1,000 terabytes. Yeah.
1,024 terabytes. Now,
Makes it
That-
one
this is to put it in perspective. That's 1 petabyte.
petabyte.
A 50 PB hard drive could hold the entire written works of mankind
Yeah.
from the beginning of recorded history in all languages.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
That's mind blowing.
I totally.
How can they store? How can you store a petabyte? How is it storable in
No.
in a like the way
No, petabyte is not is not something you can.
you can
So if we go into let's say quantum computing, so we can say we want to make use of something like this, but I don't think it's something. Petabyte is something that has been developed, like that has been developed right now. It's just some form of like theoretical. Yeah. So and that's where we are going. Imagine you having an AI and the storage capacity of the AI is 1 petabyte. The AI would never die. It will keep storing. It will keep storing because we humans, I don't know. I think our own brain can hold about. I've forgotten. Can hold it some form of. Everything is about informations. Everything is about information.
Tech fact, right?
Do you know that there was one time that your hard drive for 512 kilobytes. If you want to like develop a 512 kilobytes, yes, kilobyte hard drive, it will it will be the size of a, all these BLT bus.
Oh yeah.
You have to move it.
Yes.
But now we now have we have 2 gig,
terabytes,
16 gig. We have one TV in a small chip.
So
Like,
for the
I'm
last,
actually happy that we've advanced. Like, as in
more is coming.
it's
More of this advancement is coming. I think so.
yeah.
Anyway, let me not go into that.
Let's not go into. We don't have much time. We don't have much time.
So the last tech fact, and I'm going to leave this out to our audience to give an answer, right? Approximately how many gadgets connects to the internet every day?
Woo.
This is an interesting
Woo. Okay, approximately.
You can't get the obvious.
You can't get the full.
But approximately, how many gadgets connects to the internet every day in the world?
What are you talking about? You can't get a close figure.
If you have the answer, just check online. Check online. Look for the correct answer.
You don't people use internet. Like,
this episode has been fun. We had fun, and I'm sure you guys had fun too. The only thing is that
we are going to miss.
We are still missing the element of our foe, right?
Yeah.
It would have added more spice to the whole thing. But we're going to see you next episode, so rest assured. And if you want to tell them where to follow us.
Yeah, so we have YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, Techtalk-With-AFO. Follow us on IG, Instagram, Techtalk-With-AFO. So you can also reach out to AFO on Instagram, AFO Karamsin, on LinkedIn. Follow us on YouTube. There are so many things to be won on YouTube. And also Instagram. Engage us on Instagram and Twitter. So on Twitter, you follow the accounts Afolabi Karamsin. So
yeah, so that's it. We have, just like he said, we have a lot of giveaway goodies when the time comes. Just like the question we asked on this episode, right? If you can give your answer, probably be the first to give an answer in the comment section. You will probably be having a prize for yourself.
Yeah, and also we are not just pushing out weekly videos. You can also see some insightful contents, some technological contents. Like last week, we talked about America, talked about the robot that does all this automation and all that. You can see that on our YouTube channel. So if you want to learn more about technology and see how technology is driving innovation in the world, and you are going to learn a lot from our YouTube channel. Yeah.
Thank you guys. This was fun. See you next time.
See you.
Peace out.